Hey, good morning. I'm glad we were able to carve out some time today to have a discussion on the business rather than in the business. As we've talked before, the wholesale distribution channel has become increasingly important to us, and more specifically, our relationship with you is something that we value very highly. Now, part of our planning process at HHT involves researching business challenges that we think both we and our customers are going to face in the coming year. And it may seem a little odd to talk about challenges when life feels pretty good right now. In fact, most of the wholesalers that I speak with say their revenue line is growing strongly, and they really think that that's going to continue. But when we say, what about profits? Their smile kind of goes away because it seems that for most companies, profit growth isn't tracking with sales growth. Now, this is obviously concerning to us, so we started digging into what was causing wholesaler margins to be under pressure at a time that revenues were growing so strongly. What we discovered were three pretty common pain points that we believe are putting pressure on the profitability for businesses such as yours. For today, let's just call these hurdles that will need to be overcome so that profits can rise right along with revenue. The first hurdle I'm simply going to call trust, or in this case, the lack of it, when it comes to the relationship between a wholesaler and their manufacturer partners. In the hearth industry, it seems like the landscape is continually changing. A trusted partner today could be a direct competitor tomorrow. And to be perfectly candid, HHT has been pretty inconsistent in the past on how we viewed the wholesale channel. So if I was in your chair, heck, I can see how this would be in the back of my mind. Now, this lack of trust puts pressure on margins because it causes wholesalers such as yourself to hedge your bet. In other words, to carry multiple hearth brands with redundant and overlapping SKUs. And this causes inventory, warehousing, and transaction costs to be higher than they need to be. And when costs go up in a competitive market, margin almost always has to go down. And it's this increase in your cost that leads us to the second hurdle. When you have strong sales growth, it brings with it added complexity and cost. Receivables from dealers grow rapidly, and that causes you to commit more money into your business to maintain cash flow. And as more and more orders come into your business every day, requiring more and more touches and transactions and more calls to your sales and tech lines, that puts stress on your systems and on your people, as they have to work overtime to keep up, and that drives your labor costs higher. It's this pressure on your people that brings us to the third hurdle that almost everybody is telling me is a major concern for them. No matter what market I go to, leaders like yourself are telling me how hard it is to find people to hire. Every fleet truck going down the road has a "we're hiring" sign on it. I know of one wholesaler who has had sales rep positions open for months, and these are six-figure jobs that he can't fill. A couple other wholesalers I talked to are battling an aging sales force, and when key salespeople retire, they take with them the personal relationships that they'd built up with dealers over many years. Now, the war for talent is not getting easier. In fact, it's getting harder as hourly employees leave for $1 more an hour across town someplace. So when your business is continuing to climb and some of your key employees are retiring and new hires are hard to find, well, that's a recipe for mounting stress on you and your team. But, it really doesn't have to be this way. What if you could trust that your suppliers were not looking to cut you out of the value chain? And what if you could grow your revenue while controlling your cost and complexity? And what if you could simplify life for your employees and train your new hires faster and easier? I really believe you can knock down each of these hurdles by building a broader and deeper relationship with HHT. On this first hurdle of trust, I'd like to share 3 numbers with you that I believe confirms HHT's commitment to the wholesale channel. You told us that we needed to clean up our channel, brands, and geography. We listened and we moved 300 dealers from direct accounts to our wholesalers. We eliminated 5 wholesalers entirely to reduce overlap. And with these 2 moves, we transferred $5.5 million in revenue from HHT to wholesalers like you. We have made a big bet on the wholesale channel. We also promised you that we would clean up our product quality and delivery, which we have done. And that's why we can help with the second hurdle. Your team has told me that they trust our products to work, and we ship 99% on time. What does that mean is that your team doesn't have to deal with upset dealers, and that means you'll grow your sales with less effort and with just the inventory you want to carry, not the inventory you feel you have to carry. And when your sales are up and effort and inventory are down, that means more cash is freed up in your business. And that can be put to use to clear the final hurdle by investing in your team. As your team grows, HHT can help you get them trained quickly on MyHearthEd, and will help their day go smoothly with all the tools on myhht.com that lets them complete transactions and get information quickly and easily. They're going to get more done each day with less effort. And you can leverage our support to build a high-performing team that your dealers will truly see value in. We are fully committed to being the best business partner you have, and I firmly believe that by broadening our relationship, you'll clear these hurdles and will see profitable growth and be the employer of choice for your team, as well as the distributor of choice for your dealers. So what I'd simply like to ask now is, in your opinion, are any of these issues the ones that your leadership is talking about today as a concern that you have in your business? Because if they are, we should talk more in detail right now about how partnering closer can get you over these hurdles.